Hello, my name is George Alagaya and I want to introduce you to an inspiring programme which is transforming teaching in some of the poorest townships and rural schools in Africa. Driven by the belief that maths and English skills are great liberators from poverty, WiA in Africa teaches children directly and provides a range of formal and informal training and coaching for teachers. The results, as you'll see, have been outstanding, with significant improvements in attendance and performance. Over 150,000 children in Ghana, South Africa and Tanzania have now benefited since startup in 2006. This success is underpinned by a rigorous and highly cost-effective model which is powered by the talents and energy of the volunteers. These volunteers are fully funded and compete to take part. I hope that you're inspired.
Tongo etana butu einda. Hey Yahweh kumama. Hey Yahweh kumama.
When we started WiA in Africa in 2006 with just £30,000, I don't think we really envisaged where it might have got to today. What was the idea behind WiA in Africa? Well, really simple. I had a brilliant teacher who had a profound effect on my life, and I just wanted these children to have that same opportunity that I had.
Coming from a disadvantaged background myself and seeing the value of education, it definitely changed my life, so that inspired me to go help others.
Patience is incredible. She delivers the assemblies here every Monday, and I think I just fell in love with her the first time I heard her speak because she's so eloquent.
My goal is to see myself achieving my dreams, achieving what I want to be in life.
Without WiA in Africa and without that input, I don't know whether she would reach her dream of being a doctor.
We get to learn different methods of how they teach compared to our own teachers.
These people, they teach method style, they use cards, and they make learning more fun and easier.
That moment where they put their hands up is like, yes, this is worth it, gotta keep going.
The sense I get is that it's working very well and is having a very positive impact on the learning abilities of our students.
Here in Trara, we've got a big economic opportunity, but also we've got challenges in the level of education. We've asked Warwick University to help us raise the level of education in the area.
The feedback I'm getting is 100% positive, and it's really enthused me and encouraged me that we set out in the right direction and it's going to work.
I think the drive to wanting to make a difference in the lives of the learners becomes critical.
When we look at the situation in our country today, kids don't go to school, kids are running short of necessities in terms of education. But to have Warwick University here, it's amazing. I see hope.
Since startup in 2006, over 150,000 learners have benefited and over 1,100 teachers have been through our formal programs.
We can train one teacher and they will be able to teach at least 100 students, if not more.
The opportunity to have formal training and actually understand what teaching means is unusual. They don't get that opportunity, and WiA in Africa has given them that.
We're going around different schools, working alongside the teachers, sharing ideas and good practice on how to improve the teaching of English and mathematics.
The teachers' master classes have been very engaged, they've been enthusiastic, they want to learn, they want to teach better.
Now that we have new ideas of teaching, I think it's going to improve more in our education.
The training that they are giving us will benefit a lot. So if other schools can benefit from this, I think this will help most of the schools and our learners.
Our volunteers come from a range of sources now. We have students, we have teachers, we have corporate employees from the local countries in which we're operating.
We're probably the largest international bank across Africa, and we see education as one of the big challenges facing the continent in order to help it grow faster and to increasing living standards.
The reason I thought it was worth supporting was the ability to give our people an experience outside of their normal work environment, to give back to the communities that we're involved in, and naturally to look for star talent that exists in communities that we potentially wouldn't be able to get to.
You work in partnership, not just in partnership with Ernst & Young or Standard Chartered or the University of Singapore, but you develop a real partnership here in South Africa, but also in Ghana and in Tanzania where you work. You really try and work with people, you don't do things to them.
Our sense is that the collaboration will work as a catalyst to bring about the requisite changes to lead to much better performance that will be world-class.
For our students to be able to join those students is a great honor. It's competitive, only the best make it, and it really helps us to entrench excellence in our academic context.
To anyone else, whether in Ernst & Young or any other person in South Africa or in Africa who really wants to get involved, I'd say, go right ahead, push it on. This country depends on you, this world depends on you to make it a better world.
Right from the start, we focused on the quality of the volunteers. That's why they're fully funded, that's why they compete to go, and that's why we place so much emphasis on training and preparation before they actually go out to Africa.
I think the key to Work in Africa's success is the fact that no one pays to go on the programme. We only pick the very best candidates.
The interest in Warwick in Africa on campus is really quite extraordinary, and so it takes a very special kind of person to be selected.
The characteristics we're looking for in our volunteers are obviously the teaching skills and the subject knowledge, but on top of that, of course, they've got to be able to be resilient and also be able to cope with the unexpected.
Before we go in the summer, we receive a lot of support from the university and from Warwick in Africa. Sessions on how to plan a lesson, and really sessions on how to adapt when you're thrown in the deep end. No one really knows what to expect.
The training sessions are excellent. You get a lot of opportunities to meet other people you're going to go with. From the word go, I think your well-being is #1 priority.
Things like how to manage classes of up to 100, which is so different from anywhere in England.
My biggest class is actually a grade 10 maths literacy class, and that's 126 learners in one room. I have to clamber over desks to try and get to the back of the room and sort of trying to get my voice heard over that many kids. It's been really challenging.
Our growing pool of returners helps us to start in new places with confidence, and they hit the ground running.
Having been out here on the ground and speaking to all of the new people that are coming through especially and what they need in their training, I think this year's training programme has actually been an awful lot better, and we've got more suggestions for next year to keep improving it every time. Being a returner, I feel that I have a lot more to give, and it just gives me a much higher starting point when I go into the schools. I'm ready to start from the beginning of the lesson.
Warwick University students, they teach in a very interactive way to students, and this is going to change the way we Africans teach.
We seem to be forming good, strong relationships with them, and they're accepting us as a member of their department, even though we've only been there for a couple of weeks.
They respect us, we respect them. That's a good relationship.
The Warwick student comes with passion, they come with youth, they come with content knowledge, they know their mathematics, they know their English, and they become so settled. And in the midst of all these things that can go absolutely wrong, when you get in there, you find students who have found some sort of meaning to their existence.
It's changed my life. I've experienced so many things that I couldn't have experienced elsewhere. I feel I've grown a lot as a person through this, through working with other people, through meeting so many new friends that I would never have met before.
It's definitely something that I will remember forever. I've got memories already that I'm building up.
You come to Africa and you help the students learn and you help the teachers learn, but you come home with so much more, you learn so much, and that doesn't stop.
I think the fact that we're able to teach learners pretty much for about £10 per month per learner has huge appeal to our corporate partners. They need to see big bangs per buck. They need to see their money is being put to work in the most effective way.
The key metrics for Warwick Africa are really important. The way that actually we've been able to get repeat investors and build relationships locally. And we evidence that by showing that we have improved attendance, we have improved performance, and very importantly, the local teachers have gained and developed their knowledge, and they want to be involved in what we do.
The reason why I think that DETECON should continue to support Warwick in Africa is because of the profound impact we think it's having on the schools that are mostly underprivileged.
The difference that they make, the way of the teaching, the discipline and the engagement of the learners, that was astonishing.
The passion of our supporters matches that of our volunteers. And in growing Warwick in Africa, we've been incredibly fortunate to have supporters who are really willing to back us. And I want to say thank you to all of them.
I see kids changing. I see English improving. I hear them when they speak. You know, their vocabulary is improving. And what I like is that the young people from Warwick, the students, when they are here with these kids, no one can separate them.
Working consistently with the same schools each year and with the same teachers brings big benefits.
The inputs that they have every year, you know, it has brought us to this point where we had very, very good results last year. So it is very significant that they keep coming back. Our learners need them.
They are good people and we'll be so sad when they leave us.
They are much easier to understand because they are not so far from our age.
They are always there to assist us even after hours.
I like them very much. I wish they could not go. I feel like crying if they go, please.
We're going to maintain our focus on inspiring children and teachers to stretch just that bit further, to go for a greater future.
Warwick, as far as UK, coming here to form a partnership, a family with us. For the kids, I'm happy. Even if I sleep forever now, I know these kids' future is secured in terms of education.
The effect it has on learners' lives, on the teachers in South Africa and on us when we come back to Britain, I think it just changes people in so many ways.
People should just keep on giving, keep on doing great things for the world because you're really making an impact.
It's really important for them to understand that they can achieve if they really, really want to, and that there are people that are willing to help them achieve.
My future is as bright as the sun.
I want to be the first black woman president of South Africa.
After school, I want to be a good doctor.
Warwick has inspired me and gave me courage to say, you know what, from here, I am not looking back, I am going forward.
What a remarkable programme, and how good to see something that is not just having a big impact, but that is so sustainable and so easy to expand. Yet, like many of the children and teachers that Warwick in Africa is helping, it's nowhere near fulfilling its potential. So, if like me you feel moved to help, please contact the team at this address. And thank you for watching.